Hi, good afternoon, everyone. This is Baha Pips, and today I'm going to be doing a live stream of my day trading and my scalping session. It's about 8:05 p.m. Eastern China time. It's 8:05 a.m. New York Standard Time, and I'm going to be doing some futures day trading today on the 1 minute chart, and then I'm also going to transition over to the 15-minute and 4 hour time frame to look for some longer term day trades that I could make potentially last until the end of the day. And I'm going to get started. I'm going to start presenting my screen right now, so y'all will be able to see this in just a moment. I'm using TopStep as my platform of choice, and you should be able to see it in just a moment. So here's my TopStep, and I have not done much today. I just got home, and I'm just going to be able to get everything set up the way I need to. And yeah, here we go. I'm a little bit late, 5 minutes behind schedule because I just was trying to do it on YouTube, but it was not letting me. So yeah, let me get to the TopStep platform. There we go. And as you can see right now, this is CLM24. We're actually going to be looking at a specific pair. It's going to be the Euro FX futures. So I'm going to go over to that tab right now, and you can see that it's active and it's moving. I'm going to start by looking at the news because that's what I usually do when I get started with my trading is I look at the news. I want to make sure that I avoid any high impact announcements. We have US PPI coming out at 2030, and that's something that I'm going to stop trading about 5 minutes before and 5 minutes after that. And about 2045, we have an ECB speech. So that's when I'm going to officially stop trading for the day. We did have some high impact news earlier. There was some Eurozone, and there was some, you can see it's a pretty filled up calendar. So we have a pretty eventful week, and I don't want to waste any more time. So I'm just going to get started by orientating my chart, going through my pre-trade routine. I normally do this every day before I start actually live trading. And looks like we're pretty much near the high of the day. So I see it on the depth of market, the down right there. And yeah, I'm going to take a look at the 1 minute. If I see some setups, I'm just going to start trading right away after everything's orientated. So I'm going to just take a look at the highs and lows of the day. And looks like we have had a lot of movement today, and that was great. So here is my horizontal line. I'm going to mark this one up at these lows right here because that looks like this is about the low of the day. I'm just going to go back just so I can see if there's anything else in the daily lows, and there's nothing else at the daily lows. So just bear with me for a moment, and I'm going to get started. All right, just had to adjust a couple things in my office. All right, so let me go back to the tab, make sure everything is orientated. So there's lows of the days right there. I go back as far as Asian session and weeks. You can see we still haven't touched anything lower than that horizontal bar. And I'm just going to delete this. This was from yesterday's session. I was actually looking for some trades, but it was just choppy market conditions. And I'll go over that later if we have some time. So yeah, now we marked off the highs and lows of the day. Now I'm going to orientate the chart. One thing I like about TradingView is it does save my template. So it should be about 56 pips. I look at the 5-week average when I orientate my y-axis just so I could make sure that everything is aligned properly. This is about 49 pips. Got to scroll up just a little bit more. And the reason why I do this is because I don't want to be trading anything that is within low volatility and it looks like high volatility. I don't want to take any type of setups like that. So that's why I do that. I don't want to get tricked into thinking something is moving when it's not. And as you can see, it went from it looked like a lot of action was happening until now. So just what I'm doing right now. So here we go. You can see that the chart is fully orientated, and I am going to just make sure that everything is assessed properly. Just 1 second. And All right. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that the highs and lows of the day is assessed. And look at this. The past hour to 2 hours, we haven't really had much movement, and that's just the unfortunate part of this session. So we only had about 7 pips of movement, and I'm not even looking at the chart. If I log in and I don't see much movement, I'm done with trading until there's more movement. So unfortunately, y'all, I was looking for some action and I didn't get anything. We're just kind of chilling. It looks kind of congested. It's been range bound. You can see that price just bounced between an ascending channel, and it didn't really make any great waves. I can just look back, 3-pip wave followed by a smaller wave. It looks like it's about 2 pips, and then we had a pullback. And we just kept on bouncing around within a very tight congestion. I don't trade these, and there's a lot of reasons why I just don't want to trade this. The buyers and sellers are pretty much equal. There's no major breakout. So we're going to wait until the news announcement. So that's the exciting part about the session right now, is that we can actually get into some of that action. I did cut my finger just now. That's why I was like trying to pause the video to look for something, but it's all good. I don't let this distract me. Cut it on my door, but it's all good. Not a big deal. I'm just gonna now look at other pairs while I'm waiting for the Euro FX to break out. So we do have some high impact news. I do expect some volatility coming in. If not, then that's a red flag as well. So around 2030, maybe we get some action. And if we do, then I'll come back. I'll look for some trades, look for some setups. But that's it for Euro FX right now. We're going to come back to that later. I do want to look at some crude oil and some other pairs. I'm going to take a look at the 4-hour time frame, and I'm going to work my way down to the 15-minute to see if I can find some setups that I can actively trade. The 4-hour time frame, we do have let's see, we had an uptrend that failed, pulled back, and we do have a nice, I call this a death hammer. So pretty much price was pulling back. We peeked into this right here. There's a swing low, and we did end up popping on down, pull back, and we do have some downside momentum. So this is a short. Apologies for that. I don't have a band-aid right now, and I don't have time to even look for one. I'm just going to continue trading. But this is a short, and I'm going to look into the 15-minute now, just so I could look for some possible entries, and I'm going to go from there and assess my risk to reward, and I should be able to get into the trade. So yeah, you guys are going to see me with this little thing wrapped around my finger because I'm not trying to be distracted, and I want to stay in my zone right now, and I don't want to let a little cut prevent me from continuing on with my trading. So let's just continue going down. So I'm gonna just take a look at the 15-minute time frame now that I do have a pretty good setup, and we do have a nice bearish drop right now. Only problem is it did form one of those death hammers as well, and I don't really like this. So I'm assuming that after the news coming out in 15 minutes, this may be a fake out, and then I'll be able to look for some potential setups. So I don't want to take any shorts at the moment because this does look a little tricky, and we're at these swing lows. Not that the swing lows really matter, but we do have some conflicts. So I'm going to come back to that. Let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame, and this is kind of similar to how it was yesterday. I didn't see much, but I was willing to trade. Let's check out the ES, the S&P 500, and we're going to take a look at the 4-hour time frame on this as well. This one right here, I knew it was going to be a tricky buy, and we did see that the buyers did come up, and they did just get rejected. Now this is a possible DP North, but there is no good trade yet. I don't want to go long on ES neither. I guess everyone's waiting until those PPI come out. And as we can see, there's nothing crazy going on. I did mark this up from yesterday, it's the 13th of May, and now we're in the 14th of May. So you can see everything is still marked up. And from yesterday, we didn't get any action. It was literally just same thing that happened on the 1 minute on the euro, just congestion. That kind of happens when we are looking for, PPI, CPI, any of these major, super major news announcements. This is what's going to happen. Take a look at the 15-minute time frame on the gold. Before we get to that, we look at the 4-hour and see just about how far we are moving. Same thing with gold. Gold does have a pretty solid drop we could see that it did reject these highs, but unfortunately, I don't see a good reason to sell it yet. It looks like we had a really strong rally on up, starting from the 10th of May or the 9th of May. That was a very strong rally northbound, and price just stalled out and started pulling back. But this doesn't mean that it's a reversal. So I'm not interested in selling this. And as far as buying it goes, this will be the first trigger north, and I'm just a little concerned about this trigger, just because you know, it's a little deep of a pullback at this point. It's not a bear. I'm not going to sell it, so I don't bearish. Let me go to my Google Meet. They just gave me that little notification. Are you still there? Yep, stay on call. All right, let me get back to my top step. So I don't really see any great price action happening in GC neither. So I'm going to leave that one alone. If I do go down to the 15-minute time frame, like I said, I'm not really convinced of a buy. There was a buy right there that failed, and then there was another buy that failed. So that's 2 failures in a row, and I'm not going to be taking this long. It's very simple, very quick for me to assess these charts. I do this, you know, a couple times a week when I'm looking at swing trades, but this is more for day trading right now. Copper, same thing. I'm going to take a look at copper, and we're just going to look at everything until we get that news announcement. And I still don't see anything here. We can see copper has a rally, but there's no pullback just yet. So I'm gonna leave that one alone. Heating oil, let's take a look at heating oil. Like I said, I scanned through these really quick. So you guys are just like, whoa, how is he even seeing this? This is what happens when you're efficient in your price action. Heating oil, I definitely don't want to short that. I mean, it looks like it's going down, but that was a huge stop loss if you were to take down the 4 hour. And you already know, if you're a student of mine, I don't like taking big stop losses. You know, just leave that one alone. Don't really explain too much. I'm going to go in. These are just different markets that I'm tapping into. So I'm looking at the precious metals. I'm going into the indexes and everything. So bear with me. I don't do micros. I'm going to look at the natural gas and heating oil pretty much moved, you know, boom, 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 boom. Not really a big fan of this one either. As you can see, there's nothing crazy good about that. So I'm going to leave that one alone. Go into the it's a potential long right now, but it hasn't been triggered yet, so that's just a red flag. I'm not even going to go into the smaller time frames for that. And yeah, just keep on looking, keep on going down. Nikki, let's see the Nikki, you know, congestion. I don't like this context, and the reason why I'm just looking at the 4 hours that fast is because, think about it, if I trade a shitty context, pretty much I can be trapped up for a week or longer, and I don't want to do that. I don't have hold trades for that long, and this is a day trade anyway, so I wouldn't be interested in that. This same thing. I'm not interested in platinum on the 4 hour. Now, crude oil was something interesting yesterday. Russell 2000. Let's take a look at that. Nothing. We're in a trash range, so everything is looking like it's in a range and ready to potentially break out. There's a Dow right here. There's 12 minutes until that news announcement. Look at this. This was a buy that failed, and then we have another potential up move right here on the Dow. We're looking to the 15 minutes. Looks like a lot of things are indecisive until those PPIs come out. 15-minute on this looks like a potential rally north, but it hasn't been triggered yet. This, I wouldn't really consider that a strong trigger, but if we could pop up above 39,613, that may be a good long for the Dow. I'm gonna take a look at that after the news announcements in about 10 minutes. Let's see, what else am I going to look at? The 4 hour time frame and take a peek at that just to see what's going on here. The rest of the pairs. So see, we're at the end of the market that they offered me on top step, and yeah, I don't really look at the notes. They all pretty much, you know, hold the same anyways. But that's that. Everything is pretty much in their own little ranges and possibly going to break out. I'm going to go back to the Euro FX in just a moment. Let's take a look at the British pound first and the Japanese yen, because I also can, you know, day trade scalp these till the end of the day. And this is not good. I don't like this context. And as y'all can see, if I don't like the context, I'm literally not going to trade it. Let's take a look at the CAD dollar since we have some time. CAD dollar, there we go. Nope, this is trash. You can see I marked this off a couple of days ago. Well, it was actually Monday. And yeah, I did say this was going to bounce in between the range. We can see that price literally is bouncing within that range that I did mark off. And it's questionable. If you want to go long, you can, but it's not a convincing buy for me. It's not a setup at all. It's just telling me that sellers are exhausted and buyers are attempting to push it on up to the higher end of the range, and that's all it's telling me. I don't want to trade this because it's a low probability trade. I'm going to look at the Japanese yen. Last but not least, yen is dropping, but the wave sizes are small on the yen. We can see that these waves are pretty weak. If you look in the past, I want things like this, or I want drops like this kind of grindy drops like this, waves like this, up moves. But if you look to the right, we are very tiny drops, and that is not good. So um, just to validate that, we can look into the 15-minute, and if both of them are saying no, I'm not going to trade it. Absolutely not. So there we go. Let's go back to the euro and see how much this has moved. Like I said, I leave for 30 minutes and come back and still don't really see much happening. Looks like the euro has a potential breakout north, but that news announcement will humble a lot of traders. I don't want to hop into it yet. This is really just poor movement, poor context. And now y'all see kind of how I set things up on these time frames. I'm not, cherry picking anything, but I'm very critical with my selection of trades. But you see very, very teeny tiny low movement. And that's about it for right now. I don't have anything else for the next several minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I kind of want to pause this and get back to this in a few minutes because there's literally nothing. I just broke down the entire market for y'all, pre-trade routine, everything is done. If I don't see anything before the speech, then I'm going to be done for the day. So I just want to give y'all that little heads up. If there's nothing before the speech, then it is going to be an early day for me. So we're going to see in the next 8 minutes. Y'all can just watch this as I change my tab. I'm gonna turn my webcam off, and I'm just gonna leave this running. How about that? So y'all can just see the tab. So yeah, let me turn off the camera now, and I'll see y'all in a moment. All right, yep, I'm back. And I'm gonna take a look at these charts again. So I'm gonna view my tab at the top step again, and we're gonna just take a look at this right as the speech come, or not speech, but right as the high impact news come out. I'm just gonna show y'all that in real time. Everything that I do is in real time. You can see the dates right there. 2023 was a recent forecast of distribution. And yeah, you can just see everything is live. I don't do anything in fake time. 9 seconds, 8 seconds. And yeah, one thing I like about this Top Step X platform is everything's integrated in one. So we do have 1 minute until those releases. Now, here's the thing. I don't care what the numbers are. Actual, I can refresh it. It doesn't even matter. I just want to see the price action. So now we're going to wait. We're going to see what's going on in this chart. So we're now getting into that release. You can see it's loading my chart a little bit slowly. Maybe there's some high volatility right now, so it's taking its time to reload and get everything back. So just give it a moment. Oh my God. Yes, y'all, yes, this is real. So now we have some movement. So now we have a tradable day, we have a tradable session, and we can officially get started. But I can't take this trade. I can't chase anything. I'm not interested in none of this. And as you can see, if you bought it, if you sold it, you got lucky. I mean, who knew that this was going to happen? So I'm going to wait for price action to tell me what's going on. And I'm also going to be taking a look at those 15-minute time frames in just a moment. Because a 4 hour did not trigger on any of those, it's a little suspect. But I was looking at the crude oil and the Russell because that 4 hour could have taken off. But at the same time, I can't trade nothing. If I'm looking at the 15-minute, I gotta wait until 9 o'clock, unfortunately, and that's because one 15-minute bar is not enough price action for me to determine my direction. Also, the Euro FX right now on the 1 minute, I have to wait for it to kind of calm down. We can see that we did reject daily lows pretty heavily. So we dropped. Let's assess this real quick and see how much we actually fell. We dropped about 31 pips, not that much. It really didn't move too much. That's why I orientate my chart so it doesn't look like a lot happened, like, you know, a lot happened. This is 43 pips. Let's see, 45 pip. I got to reorientate my chart. Buyers just immediately took that back on up like nothing. So for me, I could look for some longs. I could. Right now, we do have a higher spread than normal because of the high impact news. But with the Top Step X platform, supposedly we have zero spread. So that's really good. So I'm gonna let this settle down for a few moments and I'm gonna come back in just a minute or two and we're gonna see the updates. Just bear with me. All right. And there's some sellers coming in right now, but I'm not interested in this. The sellers are not, I don't think this is an active sell. And with that being said, maybe I can get into a long. You see how we're just like so close to the daily highs again? I'm just looking at this. There's only about 5.5 pips until we get to these daily highs. So for me, I would like to see some sort of pullback a little bit deeper than this. Right now, we do have some potentially active longs right now, and we have a potential trade setup. So right now, I'm not going to take any heavy trades. I was using 3 contracts, but I'm going to reduce it to 2 because of the higher volatility. And I'm just going to assess this. So I may be able to get into a long in just a moment. Uh, just bear with me for a moment. I'm looking at a potential long right now. I just want to see couple of things. So I'm going to look to buy to market order in just a moment. If we do go up, so we're going to just see no active positions. You can see that I am assessing this. And yeah, I'm going to placing two. So I'm in this trade now. I'm actively in this long trade. I'm going to sell stop 2. So I always put my stop loss within the parameters, 95, bring it back. At 90. Okay, so I'm in my longs, and I'm going to take it up to daily highs because these are some stops and magnet areas. So if it works, it works. If it doesn't, I'm going to take the L. So if we're seeing it active right now, looks like a little indecisive. The reason why I went long, like I said, was primarily because we have, look at that, a little fakey right there. This might be it, might not. I want to give a little bit of room, but it's a little choppy, a little chippy choppy. We're going to see if this really works or not. This is the first trade of the day, first trade of the account. So I'm actively in the trade. Y'all can see. And yeah, if I get stopped out, I'm commentating along the way, by the way. If I get stopped out, I'm just going to look and see if we can get a second chance entry northbound, because we would still be bullish. We have swing high, swing low, swing high. But it would just be a little choppy, maybe not go right away for a long. I would have to see more buyers come in. It would pretty much invalidate my bias for longs if it does not go bullish yet soon. And as far as shorts go, though, we do have a potential for a sell-off if this works out. If this doesn't work out, I may look for a possible short, but the swing lows are going to be right around here. I'm going to mark this off. Wow. So I'm always, like I said, I'm always commentating price action along the way. So I'm not sticking to a strict bias, but we do have some swing lows right here. It's just a little tricky, like I said, because if you take a look at this chart right now, we're going to just take a look. We have a swing high, swing low, swing high that did not go all the way. So if this does go and knocked out these lows, I'm still going to look for potential long, like I said. So this will be a DP north right now that's happening if we do break above back towards my break even. So that would actually be the DP. So if this fails at right now, if this goes back down, I'm going to exit this trade at a loss. But we're going to see if we do get that action, and I'm going to take my profit, like I said, right at the daily high. So we are actively in this long. No euphoria, but like I said, everything I did, I commentated price action right down to the point, but I cannot trail it to break even yet. I'm going to look for a potential break even trade in just a moment. This is live in real time, by the way, so y'all can see everything is active. I'm going to close this one on out shortly at the daily highs because that would be 2R. So I'm going to bring this up to break even now because we are officially going to be a risk-free trade right here. And I'm going to collect some profit if it does come back down, just because I don't want to give all this back to the market. So right there. And yeah, we're going to see. So this is a nice trade. Let's see if we can go on up. If we go on up past the last minute highs, I'm going to trail it below this current low. Yes, sir, ski. So we right there. And yeah, this is one and done. I like this trade. And yeah, this will be good for the account. Right here, taking out those stops. Bada boom, bada bang. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Order filled, close out. So that was a good 2R, 2.5R. I'm going to assess this risk. Could go a little higher, but I don't want to get greedy. But y'all can see I just took a dub in front of y'all. And this is live in real time. So just made 206. 1% of this account is $500. So if you can do the math, it's a little bit under half of, you get what I'm saying. So let's just assess this real quick. I want to just see. And I'm going to do this on my screenshot later on too, but I risked about, this was about 5 pips. It was a little bit larger than average. I knew because of the spread. That's why I moved my contract sizes a little bit lower. And I just collected about 10 pips. So that was about a 2R trade. There we go. And that's a one and done for y'all. I'm not going to continue trading this session because that's literally the speeches coming up in a couple minutes. I'm going to just show you I don't trade speeches. But that was a good trade. That was a good session. We actually seen everything play out in front of y'all. Disregard any noise in the background. I have my neighborhood out here. I'm in China, and it's very noisy. But I think Google Meet does a really good job at the noise cancellation. And there's a news. We didn't even know what it was, but it looks like it's positive. I then expected. That's good. And also, we have the ECB speech coming up in a few minutes. As y'all know, I don't like trading speeches. A lot of manipulation happens during this time. And yeah, that was a one and done, y'all. So I'm done for the day. I caught my dub. I'm going to just mark this chart up. And yeah, everything is live, active in front of you. And you were able to see me finally scout, day trade, whatever you want to call it, in real time. Live markets, everything is active. I showed you my risk management. I went down, broken through. And yes, I can be a little greedy and hold through and continue trading this. Actually, it does look like it may continue going, but it's a Fed speech coming up literally in 5 minutes, and I hate those. I have to just get better at trading those, and this is my own threshold. It's my own restrictions. It's not that you can't trade it. It's just that I need to be able to practice on my back testing and stuff a little bit more. But yeah, I made about almost 0.5%, maybe you know, I made 2R in front of y'all though. 2R, that's what it was, 2R. I risked 5 pips to get 10 pips. And yeah, almost 0.5% gain on the account on my first trade of the account. So yeah, I was waiting for this day. Yesterday was trash movement. Y'all can see I do everything. I'm honest. This was from my Twitter post. You go to my Twitter. It's going to be in the description box below, by the way. But you can see that I did mark up my chart from the session, and there was nothing. You can see if I had an active order, it would show it. And yeah, I just didn't like that. So yeah, now we are going to retest yesterday's highs. It looks like we are very bullish. And yeah, if you wanted to hold on to this, obviously, this is not a live stream. This is going to be set as a recording because I tried to do the YouTube live stream, but it just didn't work out the way I liked it. So yeah, but we're done. I'm done for the day, and speech is coming up in a few minutes. Y'all have a great day. Good luck trading out there. First trade on my Top Step account combine, and I'm just shedding a little bit off until I pass this and become a live professional futures trader for Top Step. That's it, y'all. I'll catch y'all later. You can see my face, see this handsome man behind the screen. I'm not none of that with the glasses. I was just doing that in the past, but yeah, I'm a normal dude, and I just catching my dubs. All right, y'all. Have a great day. Trade safe out there. Do not risk too much, and do not trade things you don't know. Practice, 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 and hit me up if y'all need more detail. Peace. All right. Out of here.